Alright everyone, I'm back. It's been a little longer updating in between these videos than I had initially hoped, but I just moved, I just started a new job, I'm doing graduate level classes, stuff like that. So I'm a bit busy, and I actually just got back not too long ago from Dragon Con. Yeah, con stories will probably come up later because they're not a huge part of my life, but they are pretty important to me. So I guess they are huge now. I vended at one once in the artist's alley, but lately I've just been going for fun because I didn't really make a profit at that time. So fun it is. And probably one or two of my videos will also pertain probably around cosplay. Cosplay rights, tutorials, maybe. Stuff like that. You might be able to find pictures of me online. I'm not quite sure. This last year at Dragon Con, I was Appa from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's one of my favorite characters. He's a lot of everyone's favorite character, and you don't see a lot of him. You see Aangs and Kataras and Zuko's and all that jazz. So I went as Appa. I will now finish telling this story as Appa. Except do that because it's hot. Okay. I believe I last left off that this bike was not yet done with my blood. Because it's not so much that the bike itself, but that this aftermath just had such an impact on my life at the time. Now it's just a good story to tell. So maybe a week after that accident, my dear friend Hunter tells us all, because we were all me and three of my friends were all roommates at the time. And don't believe that thing of don't be roommates with your friends, but do. That's another story. You just gotta be a good judge. Sometimes it's awful, sometimes it's really awesome. My experience has been both, but my experience has been both, but in this case, really awesome. So he comes up to us, and he goes, "Hey guys, my birthday's coming up, and do you want to go paintballing?" And then I'm like, "I've never been paintballing." And he's like, "Oh, it's okay, it's this whole thing out in the country, and my parents will pay for it for my birthday. It's a gift for them, from them, but I want to experience it with you guys." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm still horribly mangled from this bike accident. Also, I really should have gone to the ER, but I didn't. I should have really gone to the chiropractor, but I didn't, because that costs money. I'm also sleeping on an air mattress, because beds cost money. So we went paintballing in this rugged, out in the country. It was a really cool place. I wish I could remember the name of it, so if they had a website I could link it, because they had it was out in the middle of a cornfield, and I believe they had other things like go-karts and things to do. But in this particular place, it was a pathway into the cornfield, and they had grown it in such a way, or cut it in such a way, that it was kind of semi-maze-like. Maze. But yeah. And they had set up pallets as barriers, and there was a base on either side for teams, and you could play games or do an all-out war thing. Every man for himself, but we went with teams because we're team players. And then in front of each base a while back, there were these huge stacks of 3 huge tractor tires. Now, to preface this, But all of us who went, my dear friends, we are not athletes. We're nerds. The closest we've come to this kind of thing is, I guess, Mass Effect or Halo, one of those two. I don't really like first-person shooters, particularly. But I'm warming up to them. I just had a bad experience. But yeah. Also, well, I've shot a gun, but some of them haven't. And just but we're smart and we're kind of pretty tactical minded. And it was a lot of fun. It's probably much like LARPing, where if you play it with douchebags, you're gonna have a bad time. But if you play with your good friends and people it was a lot of fun because we split up into teams, and it was a lot of fun. Except I didn't quite dress quite right because first time, and then the people offered some protective gear like face masks, gloves, over jackets, which I did put on, but underneath that I was just wearing a tank top, so I had like a thin layer of like twill, like it's lighter than denim but still not very good, stuff like that. And also Hunter kept managing to, because you stand side face when you shoot to be a smaller target and stuff like that, he kept managing to shoot me right in the face, like right in my face mask. So the ball would explode over my mouth, and then I would get paint in my mouth. I think it was non-toxic, but I'm not sure. But in addition to that, he would also shoot me right here and right here, right where like my boobs meet my shoulders here. And so by the end of the day, I've just got these huge, awful, like, bruises that are purple and yellow and green, and also just, like, all over my body. But this was also really hard because I was, my ribs are probably still very bruised, stuff like that. And then we did really cool tactical things, like I climbed up on top of and got inside of the tires, and then my teammates guarded and I like sniped from the top. It was a lot of fun. Go paintballing with your friends if you can. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, but at the same time, we got done. This was also the same day of my friend's bridal shower that I was throwing because I was her maid of honor. And it's my job to throw, it's traditionally the maid of honor's job to throw the bridal shower, and it wasn't her bridal shower, it was her bachelorette party. Sorry, her bachelorette party. And I was gonna have all sorts of outlandish things planned, but then she would have killed me. So I just planned that for us to all just hang out at the apartment, drink, play Pretty Pretty Princess, stuff like that. It turned out awesome. But these had been planned on the same day because I couldn't afford to take very many days off of work, so push as many things into the same day as you can. So we got home and I took a shower, got off all the grime. I'm just all sorts of awful, and my friend Kia too, she was just so banged up because she had worn shorts because she overheats really bad, and she had been shot enough times in this one area that it was bleeding. I think she still has a scar. It was all in, I'm talking about how banged up and mangled and hurt we are, but it was all in good fun. If we can take it, we can take it. We're tough. Well, I'm tough. So, we had just, we're starting to get things. I had made, cookies and cupcakes. I had put Everclear in the ice cream. Not the ice cream, the frosting. I believe I also did have ice cream. I'd gotten stuff to make mojitos, and we were starting to, get things going. And then we realized, it's just like, hey, we don't have any whiskey. Now, that's a problem in our lives. It occurred to me really quick while editing this video. Drink responsibly, and only if you're over 21 or over. I myself am 23. This story happened when I was 22. Everyone present at the party was 21 and over. Just saying. Be responsible and don't break the law.